Welcome to another AtWork Advocacy update. This past session was a very bit complex because of the state budget. It wasn't signed yet. It wasn't signed until May 16th. We had to wait a few weeks to hear some particulars around provider rates. Our main focus this session was around a rate increase for DDA, Developmental Disability Administration Employment and Day Programs. Let's rewind to 2022. The legislative session where the legislator authorized a rate study for employment and day rates. The study was completed and released to the legislature in October of 2022, and the rates in that study were true representation of the costs the provider community is incurring service provision.
During the 2023 session, the governor only funded a small fraction of the suggested rate, and the legislature followed suit in their proposals. However, the final budget was favorable to what providers have been asking for. This last week, on June 14th, in a memo sent to county coordinators, we saw from DDA that the rate lids were expanded to $105.60 an hour for individual employment, group supported employment is $91.04 an hour, and community inclusion is $61.36 an hour. A few key things. The lid represents the max amount counties are allowed to pay for services within their current allocated budgets. This will vary county by county. For example, a smaller populated county like Yakima County may not have as high a service utilization as King County and will be able to stretch their allocation longer. It's also important to note that with the addition of concurrent services, counties could go through their allocations quicker than expected. We are hoping that budgets will align to the supplemental session where we can request more at that time.
DDA released new contracts for employment and day services this month, and they are to be in place with rates by June 30th. These expanded rates lids are a huge win, as providers of employment and day services have not seen an increase in 11 years. These rates will also allow us to pay our employment consultants better and also increase starting pay to be able to attract new ECs to the field.
A very hard-fought session indeed. If you are looking for work, please consider applying with AtWork or one of our CEA members. There will be lots of opportunities to help individuals with disabilities find jobs and connect to their communities.
That's all the time we have for this episode. A huge thank you for our legislature, DDA, Developmental Disability Administration, and the counties for taking on our workforce crisis seriously. Until next time, take care of yourself, and if you take care of someone else.